on the latest episode of Business Conversations Uncensored.
It's good you've used a marketing example, because I've been part of an organization where the marketing department would do that year in, year out. And then at the end of the day, we would complain we don't have clients. And I kept wondering, why don't they go out? They're always writing proposals and nothing comes out of it. Because the mindset is, I've employed you for an 8 to 5. And because other people within the organizations are doing 8 to 5 and I see them in the office, even you, I need to see you in the office. And when I see you in the office, I translate that to being productive.
That's why insurance companies are more successful in the aspect of sales and marketing. They insist that their people must be out in the field. They don't want to see you hanging around the office the whole day. And
because that's where the marketers score.
You're only working when you're seated in front of a potential customer, not in the office on the laptop trying to prepare a proposal.
I like that.
So, and that's why they have that's why we say the best salespeople tend to come from that sector. They're trained to be out there. The rest of us keep ourselves busy being busy, doing things that impress us that I'm busy. Responding to an email, writing a proposal, doing some research on Google. All that is admin. That is not what will be measured as a result at the end of a certain period of time.
If this then be the case, I'm just wondering, because questions are popping up, is this whole thing of annual appraisal, does it work then? Does it really work? Because then, if I have to wait for a year to tell you, you didn't do well here, you didn't do well here, you didn't do well here, haven't we lost a lot of time? And haven't we killed our potential?
It doesn't work. It's like annual projections as well. They died. They don't work. Because of the speed of information doubling. So what you thought would happen at the end of the year may not happen at the end of the year. It's inaccurate because we can only predict at the speed of information doubling. Information used to double every 60 years. Then it dropped down, started doubling every 10 years. Dropped down, started doubling every 5 years. Now it's doubling every 6 months. So if it's doubling every 6 months, then you can only make 3-month projections.
Yes. So that you have time to adjust.
It's to adjust. So you give yourself a buffer. You're hedged against information doubling. So every 3 months. So if we are praising people per quarter, it would make sense. So as well, and something else I wanted to throw on is there's a spectrum of must, can and may. The must, can, may spectrum. What it says is just to be able to prune your tree. The musts must be done. If they are not done, there are consequences immediately. The cans can be delegated, but today's can will be tomorrow's must. And the may will come as well. Will be a can, then it will be a must. So you delegate from the end of the spectrum.
So from what he's saying, that change that is so fast, that means even a business trying to say we are making a 5-year business plan, you need to question that, the validity of a 5-year plan. So many things will have changed in 5 years unless you have a 5-year plan and then you have intermediate operational plans that you can keep tweaking, because the reality will have shifted. 5 years from now, there will be new players, the market will have changed, a lot of stuff will have changed, technology will have overtaken you. So smaller short-term plans are much more effective if you implement those, and you're able to track that. Is much more effective way of doing things.
And it's very motivational because they are small quick wins, small quick wins, small quick wins. So people do a little bit, we are there. Other than telling people we are going to Nakuru on foot, it's easy to tell people when we get to Westlands, we eat. Yes. We get to Westlands, celebrate.
Yes.
Then we go. There's an analogy that was given about 2 people who had dogs pulling their, what are they called? Pulling their, those dogs that pull people.
Yes.
This skate thing on the snow. So a sledge. So one guy had 10 dogs and another one had 10 dogs, and they were told, we need to get to the other side. Whoever gets there first is the winner. So the first guy said, my dogs are healthy. What I'll do, I'll run. I'll beat them up. I'll do all I can. And he pushed them. Drive them. By the second day, 2 dogs were dead. By the fourth day, 2 dogs were wounded. By the 5th day, he had 2 dogs. But the other guy took a very different strategy. He was saying, I will give my dogs rest. So I go for a little bit, I rest. I take stock. Are all the dogs healthy? So he was traveling the most at night and resting the most during the day when it's hot. So then he goes, he stops. He goes, he stops.
Watch the whole episode for free on Clean Money Media app.